I got to a place to where every clinic that I went to, it was like the same thing. I feel like it's a waste of money at this point.
Little
He's
snippets.
he's gonna say, "I clinics are dumb," and he's gonna say, the YouTube thumbnail is gonna say, "Clinics are dumb. Keller hates Ryan Greenspan."
It's gonna
Well, welcome back to the JFP podcast. Today we are talking to Austin Keller. He actually plays with Panda Express when he plays in the NXL, and then when he's back home with us, he plays with the Warbirds. What's going on, boss?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. It's a really big honor. I've been following you guys since the pilot, actually.
Oh, nice.
So it's really cool to be on and hanging out with you and just talk about paintball. I
For
love talking
sure.
about paintball,
For
so
sure.
I'm all about it.
Yeah. Thanks
Hell
for
yeah,
hopping on with us, man.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you guys for asking. Seriously, like it's an honor to be here.
Of course.
yeah. Especially talking to someone like you. Like we're kind of getting up there, and we're talking to more and more bigger people. So,
I wouldn't say I'm big. All right, I'm just a local guy trying to get good.
way to humble yourself. We appreciate it. But we typically ask people how they got into playing paintball. You want to run that down?
Yeah, so um, I think paintball's probably been like within my uh I don't know if being is the right word, but like my first experience with paintball was a Walmart paintball gun that took CO2 cartridges. It was blue. It was this pump gun. And can't remember, my parents either got it for me for Christmas or my birthday, but I'm sure it was like 20 bucks. I'm sure Monster Ball was still a thing. You know, it's like like and I'd be sitting there like, pumping in the backyard and squeezing them off into the bushes in the back. And then like I had there's this lady that used to watch us. Her son had like a paintball gun and we went out a couple of times and shot it. But really like my I guess you could say like getting really into the competitive scene was I want to say freshman year of high school. This would have been like 2000 would have been 2006. So I went to a buddy of mine's birthday. Um the crazy part is we weren't I think we just had a class together. Like we weren't even like friends.
Hmm.
And there's this place. It used to be there, but in Tampa it's called Blitzkrieg Paintball. For those in Florida, it's off of Hillsborough Avenue. There was a newer one that closed down, I want to say a couple of years ago, but this one was like 2007 time frame.
Hmm.
Um, and so my dad went on Craigslist, I had a Smart Parts Impulse, and I can't remember the gun he had, but like this giant brick thing had a halo, like you're holding your gun like this freaking 100 pounds. And we went and played in their woods, and the first time I got shot, I straight up like I had to be at least 5'5" at this time. I get shot through this window and I curl up into a ball like midair and I just sink like a sack of potatoes, like just bam. My dad turns around, is like, "Dude, are you all right?" Like I freaking was like panicking. I was about to lose my life. The dude that shot me was like, "Bro, you okay?" Like it was I lost it. Um, but man, like there was something in me. I got to play on their X ball field at the time that later that day, and it just hooked me. I like I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure you guys know, or anybody that's ever got their first time birthday party or whatever, you're like, bro, this is what I want to do. Like,
Hmm.
this is
Yeah.
the game, right?
For sure.
So I want to say maybe like a month or two later, my dad connected with this gentleman his name is Jim Anderson. And his son Gavin, they were reopening a field called Cone Sports, and that was in Waimama, Florida. Which try to spell that,
Yes.
and you,
Weird name.
it's like WIMAMAMA something. It's some guy. Yeah, some guy named it. He had three daughters, and it was like Wilma Ann, Anna or something somewhere along there. But that's what they named it.
Perfect.
And so we started up there. So at this time, it would have been like 2000. This was 2007 for sure. Um, and I started. We would ref like one day, and then my dad and my buddy that I went to the birthday party with. He had a couple of friends who played paintball, and we created this team, Tampa Bay Revo, which there's another Revo and a Revolution. You could go any which way. It's
Mhm.
there's a million Revos, like you're gonna have it. But yeah, so we started that. My dad wrote up this massive business plan of like our team. We secured an angel sponsorship. One of
Whoa.
the other kids on our team, his dad worked for what's now GI. At the time, it was Pro Caps. Um, so we would get our paint like cheap, cheap. I mean, I think we were paying for their white boxes like $20 a case.
Damn.
But it's because it was his dad, we were getting it more along the lines of like dealer pricing.
Yeah.
So we don't hear that nowadays. That's definitely not how it is.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. But I mean, it was, pretty there. Draxus, which they have a Draxus box of paint now. So it was weird to see them bring that back. It's like they have like a bronze, silver, and gold Draxus, and I was like, wow, that name's old.
Mhm.
But yeah, so created the team there, and then we had a few practices, and then one of our guys got ran down at this time. Just to preface, um, we were shooting. I think they hadn't moved to 13.5 yet. I think we were still shooting 15 PSP.
Damn.
So he runs him down with his ego, the trigger sticks, and he must have put 50 into him.
Oh
And I mean,
my.
we're like, 7. He was 17 at the time. He's like, I'm done. I'm not playing ever again. So then we didn't have anybody else on our team. Excuse me. So we just kind of reffed. I kept playing, learning some drills. And 2008 happened, and my dad lost his job, and no more paintball. So
Oof.
from like 2008 up until, let's say, junior high school. So that had been 2009. I just reffed at the paintball field making money.
Mhm.
Um,
Hell yeah.
so I just had a lot of exposure to watching people. We used to work on our slides all the time after the field closed. Like, it was a huge property. I want to say the field itself was on something like 30 acres. Like
Hell yeah.
it was very large. Um, and someone probably, if they ever watch this from Florida, and be like, yeah, right, it was like 10. It felt like 30 acres, you know? Um, but yeah, so that was like, kind of my like early exposure to that. And then I get out of high school, and I'd finally gotten my own job. I was working at Steak and Shake at the time. I'm 18. I'm like, I, I'm going to get back into it. I had like a '09 Proto SLG, like all these CP upgrades. If you guys know what that is, it's like an older. Oh, I don't know how old are you guys, if you don't mind me asking.
I'm only
I'm
25.
almost I'm almost 30.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So yeah, I don't even know. It's custom products is what CP stands for, but like they made barrels and ASAs, and like it was more of like the custom design stuff.
Okay.
But it was basically like aftermarketed out. It's like if you had a Rice or Honda, and wow, something, but yeah, so I graduated 2 Sundays. I went and practiced. There's a team that I was hoping to eventually get a part of called the Average Joes. They're not a team anymore, but and my brother had gotten in some pretty serious trouble. He was a freshman at the time. Um, Went to juvie. This whole family drama stuff going on, and started going to this local church. And within 2 Sundays, I stopped playing paintball, and I started this internship at this church that we were going to. And it started this long hiatus. I mean, we're talking 18 till I didn't start playing again until I was 27.
Oh wow, almost 10 years.
something like that. Yeah, like it. So I was in ministry for 10 years. That's like all I did, leadership, just learning all that stuff. Very
Wow.
blessed, very grateful for that time.
For sure.
I like it just I learned a lot, but paintball never left. Like
Mhm.
I'm tuning into NXL. Well, it would have been I picked back up in like 2016 when they changed over from PSP to NXL. Um and so I'd watch it every now and again, but man, I was praying all the time, like, Lord, just let me play paintball. Like, I'm serving you. I know this is what I'm called to do right now, but like, I just want to play paintball. I
Right.
want to
Mhm.
achieve my dream. Like 2008 Ollie Lang Iron Man. Like I was that was my first World Cup. Like, like I really want to invest into this. Um and then COVID happened, which is a turning point for a lot of people. I mean, everyone started
Mhm.
going outside, picking up everything, and I kind of made a shift in ministry. There was no bad blood. It was just like me. I felt like I was like finally like released from like serving in ministry, doing that as a full time job.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I got married when I was 20. I'm 33 now, so like from the time I was 20 till like 2019, I was working 2 or 3 jobs, like, just to
Oof.
get my wife through school, like, we're roughing it.
Yeah.
Um,
Good for you,
so
man.
then yeah, yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man,
Yeah, for sure.
sometimes you have to put it on hold, and, other times, it's feast or famine. You gotta work through that stuff.
For sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, COVID happened. At the time would have been CFP. You guys probably know it as Legacy now. CFP was, like, very big, and it is a legacy name. Like literally everybody and their moms, dads, grandpas played at that field. Like,
Mhm.
so I was going out there ever so often. And again, the buddy that I started playing with, we reconnected within the COVID time because he's from Chicago. He moved back to Chicago for some time, went to Michigan, and then worked some things out to where he ended up back in Florida. So we reconnected, started playing paintball again. I have a photo of me at CFP when I first restarted of like me wearing khaki pants and a t-shirt. I'm like, I didn't have all the gear. I was like, babe, let me buy all this. She's like, no, how about you show that you're in it for a couple of weeks before we start spending all this money? Um, so she graduated her nursing school, all that happened. I start getting back in. I know I'm kind of skipping time here, but it's just to try to condense because it's quite a lot.
You're good.
Yeah.
Um, but then there's a field opening at the time that Will had played for one of the owners previously called Tiki's Paintball. And I was at he hooked it up to where I was at the soft launch. I was able to it was like I want to say it was the weekend. It was literally at as like COVID was happening. It had to be like it was sometime in July. I know I have to fill my waiver out every July, but it's it's like July happens, and from that day forward, I didn't miss. I missed maybe this number always changes. I need to really hammer it down. I want to say it was maybe 10 days of paintball in 5 years.
Wow.
Um, and I was just every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, hitting it, drills. Um, and a part of that, and I know we were kind of talking about this pre-show, but with Tiki's, when they first did their group stuff, like we had like 65 people for like the organizational tryout. Obviously, that dwindles down because people's lives and things like that. But
Yeah.
that got me introduced to Isaiah Hope, who is he coached Totem when they were Totem and currently still coaches Blackout for semi pro. Um, but he it was really weird because like there's a video out there of like them doing something with a YouTube series called Tech PB. It was like it's an old thing. It's weird because I feel like I'm dating myself, but I was like 16 when all this stuff happened. So it's like, um, but it's like him and I had this interaction in that video. I just never remember him. So yeah, basically he starts coming out on Saturdays and Sundays with me and 1 to 2 other guys and just starts working with us, kind of molding us, working on our mechanics, running and shooting, snap shooting, situationals, and it was like every weekend pretty much he's there with us doing this. And shout out to him, he did it all for free. Like he wasn't asking really
Jeez.
for more back.
That's
Like
awesome.
we developed this friendship over time, and him and I are like pretty much best friends now. Um, but like it was just I'm here for the boys. Like, don't give me anything. I love doing it. I'm giving back. Like super big heart. Like really cool guy.
That's huge.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and then um, I had to. So I traveled in 2022 for NXL for D4. And then my wife started a doctoral program at USF and it couldn't work for 3 years. So I stopped playing in Excels
Oh.
again. And I'm like, there it is. My life's over. I can't travel and play paintball anymore. This dream of mine's gone and I have to fly away with it. And let me just cry myself to sleep at night because, I'm in my 30s and it's a dream that I just need to let die, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so, but kudos to my wife. 3 years, I basically and I'll take some credit for this because we were a part of it. But me and 2 other guys, were a part of the field setup for Tiki's. It's now Thunder Valley, but at the
Hmm.
time Tiki's, we were the setup crew for it.
Sure.
So 3 of us would set up 5 fields in 2 days.
Hell
Jeez.
yeah.
And so
Holy.
like so all those Southern Field of the Year award for Tiki's, us three take some credit for that big dog,
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome.
right?
That's
So
awesome.
now they did have them gridded. Like that's a big thing. You have to have plumes because if
Hmm.
you're taping those fields, there's no way in the no way, no way.
Hmm.
But yeah, we were basically, and that's how I afforded paintball locally. I know you mentioned that was I still playing for Arsenal? Arsenal came out of that D4 time where I couldn't travel, the other guys couldn't afford it. So we were continuing to set up, and I basically paid for paintball through setting up paintball. Like that was my sole. Like if I didn't have that, I would have been done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I told my wife, I was like, listen, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to continue to play, but if financially we struggle, I'm done. I'll stop.
Right.
Um,
Hmm.
but I mean, you do what you got to do, right? So every Thursday or Wednesday, whenever the NXL layout would drop, we would be there ready to go, setting it up, hitting it. And then my wife graduated last year, June, beginning of June. And then we decided to make the move up here. She has some family in northern Minneapolis, so we scooted towards this way. And plus, their pay here is better than Florida. Um, their healthcare system cares a little more about taking care of their people. But yeah, and I'm here. So that's kind of that's kind of the bulk story without going in too much of the minutia of super long story.
For sure. No, that was a great start into getting into paintball though. I mean, that's kind of
Hmm.
crazy.
Yep. It's long.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you had you had several points in your life where you could have walked away from paintball
Hmm.
and maybe that wouldn't have set right with you, but like what made you keep coming back to it?
Yeah. So I think this culminated into my first year playing back, or my first tournament season. So I didn't play my first tournament of paintball until I think it would have to be 2018. I played World Cup 10 man. My first local NBPS event, and I promise I'm getting somewhere with this. Um, we played NBPS 2021 and
Mhm.
we won the D5 series. And it shouldn't have happened. There was not any, like, we thought there were 5 events. They've moved to 4 now, but there were 5 events at the time, and they drop your lowest score. And I was
Mhm.
going to go from D5, move up to play D4 with the group that Izzy was coaching. And they're like, no, we'll drop it. We dropped the score. Your guys are still in it. Well, we go 0-4 for our first 4 matches because you play 8 and then you move
Mhm.
on after that. And me and another guy's name's Trace. I was like, dude, because I was playing a D side at the time. He was on the snake. I was like, dude, let's just switch. Just switch sides. Like him and I are both playing every point as the 2. Let's just switch sides. Didn't lose. We lost for the rest until the finals. We lost 1 game the rest of the day.
Damn.
Holy.
That one change. So we get to this one moment where we move on, and then we get up to the team. They were called Tampa Bay Notorious. They were ahead of us in the series, and officially, we had to beat them to win the series. They were the
Mhm.
ones. And it's funny because the guy, his name's Rob Beasley. I play on it. He's one of my best friends. I play on Pandas with him now. But it's 1-1. Next point wins it. His guy on the other side of the field says, "Snake side clear." It's not clear. I'm on that
Oh
side.
shit.
They didn't see me fill in the snake because it was 2-on-3. And dude, I'll never forget it. They had a home, a tower up through the center, and then their guy was in the snake. And I come out and he turns to rap at the other guy. I piece him up. His other guy comes down the snake, piece him up, and then I trade with the home player. Man, I get back to the net and I break down. Like I am emotionally just that moment for me was everything I wanted from the time I was 16 years old.
Hell yeah.
That moment.
That's huge.
I so like we played I think their name was Crayola Crayons, maybe that might have been their name. I can't remember. But we rolled through them. Like it wasn't even like first point we win, second point our snake guy runs down, shoots 4 people, and we went like like maybe in 2 minutes. Like that's what it felt like. Um, but it that that was an interesting point for me because now my teenage self, like I felt like, man, 16-year-old Austin would be really proud of you.
Yeah.
You know, that was it. And then I was like, yeah, I need more. Like I can't so some of this is I feel like I prayed for it for so long that I would be spitting and please understand I don't by any ways means I'm not saying that you guys have to like change to what I believe or I'm not pushing anything on you. This is
Mhm.
For
just from
sure.
my experience.
For sure.
But after praying it, I don't want to spit in the Lord's face because I'm getting all these opportunities. And
Mhm.
who would I be if I said no? Like,
Right.
how,
Yeah.
like, why? Like, the setup, all of that. Like, I just, so like that was a really big point of like, man, well, if we won this, I'll just travel the next season. Um, and now it's just like, well, how far can I go? What is the limit? When will I know when it's time?
Mhm.
Um, I used to drum professionally. A part of that 10-year stint in ministry, a lot of that was drumming. I was on staff at the church, but like um, before this season, I traveled D4. I got approached. I just finished a live album with the church I was a part of, and they're kind of the guy that was in charge of their music recording side of things. We went to lunch one day. It's like, hey man, we have a bunch of tour dates this season, this year. Um, I think you would be fine. We'd love to have you travel with us and go on tour. It's a weekend thing. We just need you to audition, which I don't think you'll have any problem with, and should be good to go. And I looked at him and said, honestly, man, I'm good.
Wow.
I've kind of done everything that I feel like I've set out for. Like I'm at peace. I
Hmm.
can
Mhm.
lay down that section of life where like I really as a drummer wanted to travel and do all these like but after the live album and like I'm good. I'm going to go travel paintball. That's what I'm going to do.
Mhm.
For sure.
So I guess it's just the same thing as like in my drumming. I got at a very high level and I was able to do it at a high level.
Hmm.
And I kind of feel I'm one of those people that man, I just can't do things half-ass. I can't. Like it grates me. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it to the best of our ability.
Right. You want to be proud
And
of the things that you're doing.
absolutely. And not really only that, but I'm a big guy on character and
Mm-hmm.
commitment. And when we say we're gonna do something, then we need to do it.
For sure.
Right? So I like you can go through my PB leagues. I played with very few teams, but it's because when I say yes, I'm gonna play that whole season with them, whether we suck or we're great.
Right.
Because I gave you my yes, and I can't back out on that. Um, so yeah, it's just like this drive to like when I had my aha moment about the game and understanding the layout and how layouts like how to really play like the minutia of the game, like I was like, man, this is even better. And then now it's like I love teaching people parts of the game and
Mm-hmm.
working with people as like Izzy did with me.
Right.
It's just that's kind of what draws me back. And plus, like, I'm a big Halo guy. Like, I don't, it's I'm a big Halo
I
guy.
saw your 117 Master Chief
Yeah,
on your profile picture.
yeah, yeah. And my love of Halo, excuse me, was because everything was even. If
Hmm.
I beat you, it's because I'm better than you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's not always like that in paintball. But I'm of the Halo 3 days, not where it's garbage now, and that's another podcast for another time, but um I could go on for days about that. Ugh, anyways, but there's something to me about we're both even. You got
Hmm.
a gun, I got a gun. Both the same layout. You're across from me. Let's go. And if you shoot, sometimes paintball is like you hit a bounce shot off a bunker and it hit me. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing I can really do about that.
Right.
But like when we're gunfighting and I get the edge on you and I snap you out because your elbow's sticking out or you were too slow, I I was better than you in that moment.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
I think that's the core of really what keeps bringing me back. Like there's never an end point. It's like to me complacency is like the first step of death. It's like the second you feel like you've arrived, which is why I know we talked a little bit about Ryan Greenspan, but like that dude's never maybe one season or another he may have felt, whatever, but like even the Russian guys, like used to get to speak with them a lot at Tiki's and they're always just trying to get better. They're just
Mm-hmm.
working and like they train rigorously. It's just it's the drive of like plus like we're grown men playing a child sport and we get the opportunity to do that. So like yeah man plus like if I didn't play paintball like we wouldn't be sitting here talking or like
Hmm.
and we'll probably I don't know how long your podcast normally last. Well I kind of do but um or if you have a limit on your podcast I should say like I literally could talk for the next 6 hours about paintball.
Well, then we have a
I could.
limit. At that point, we'd
Yeah,
have a limit.
right in your ass, dude. Cutting them off at 6 hours. What are you talking about?
Like, "Man, dude, I got work in the morning."
Yeah, yeah, so yeah, 6 a.m. comes early.
Oh yeah.
I know it's a lot. It's like it's not like a concrete solid answer, but it just yeah, man, there's just the it's just the drive. There's something about it.
Yeah,
It's Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you'll never leave.
for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
I,
No,
I
I agree.
I know you would. I know this would probably be your second answer to this question, but um, a lot of people say they come back, at least from the Midwest. They come back for the people, and I know you kind of hinted at that at the end of your response there, and I assume that would be your second answer to that question. Um, but why do you think it's different for people in the Midwest, when we talk to them, I think you've said you've listened to the podcast where people say, "Hey, I come back just for the community. We just shit talk and we learn and grow together." Versus people down south or the West or East Coast, where it's like the community isn't as tight knit.
Yeah, I would say normally, like, even because you have Thunder Valley and Legacy are only within about 35 minutes away from each other, right?
Mhm.
And you could kind of put that within the same scope as Vintage and Annandale. For me, each are about an hour, 5 minutes
Yeah.
away from, right? Um, in Florida, just because I have the most experience with it, I'll speak to that. A lot of that really comes down to there. You don't necessarily have an org. So, like, think of Warbirds as like an org, right?
Hmm.
Um, let's say they had, let's say EXL had 3 divisions, and then all of a sudden you now have 3 groups of teams within that org that you can have.
Hmm.
Whereas paintball, it's kind of like local racing. I don't know if you guys know much about like race car driving, but a lot of times people, they get their car, they go to the race, they race, and they're done. But there's like 20 different people that may have 20 different cars that aren't a part of anything, um but they're there. um some of it, and if I'm getting off track, redirect me because I will. Um, but some of it I really do think is just because everyone's in their own thing. Um, honestly, for like NXL, like when you really travel a lot of us people that do meet each other multiple times throughout the year. So like even my D4 season when we played, uh, oh, their name's escaping me right now, but we every time we faced them, like we were like, yeah, let's overshoot each other. Let's just go all out. And but like we were boys at the end. If they were in the playoffs, we're watching their games and supporting them.
For
If we're in
sure.
the playoffs, they're watching our games and supporting us. Like we were, I wouldn't say we were close, but we were friends with those guys. Tropic Thunder, that was the name of it.
Okay.
Um,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. They were the Leverage camp back in 2022. I think Leverage was playing D2 at the time. Before they like went semi-pro and worked through that.
Hmm.
But like NXL, like yeah, you go to that one local event where you see a bunch of randos who are playing because it's local. But us who have been there all season, tight knit group,
Hmm.
somewhat, if you will. So I think some of it really is just like you have your people you like to play with or talk to. Um, Naturally, as humans, we just kind of get clicky. People that we associate with or have different life things with. Um, now so far at Annandale, it's not really like that. Like it's not really closed off. Like there is a bunch of people that talk, and we, I think I maybe you guys have I haven't really ran into you. I think the only time that we did was EXL, and the only thing I said to you was about the center brick and which way that guy should look. Like that was my interaction with you. That was it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like I would say a lot of it is the people. There is something about paintball that when you step through that net, everything goes away.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And not always. I'll preface that saying not always, because I've had times in my past couple years, and I've had a buddy, couple of friends that do the same thing where they get through the net and they're not there. They're at home right now because things are going on. And that happens. But overall, it's 4 or 5 hours that I just get to hang out with my friends. We're not really talking about life, and when we do, it's the things that are more positive
Mhm.
and not necessarily things that are kind of bringing me down. I'm just with the
Yeah.
boys. I'm with the
Right.
boys. Like I'm sure it's the same with people that play golf. Like I'm going to play golf with 4 of the guys that I know. Got a tee time at 7. We're just hanging out. That's why I love playing. Not I don't play golf, but that's why those people like that.
Right.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I hope I answered your question because I did a lot of circling around it.
No, I think you did. I think you did a really good job, kind of explaining the differences between the Midwest side of things versus like everywhere else. Because, like I said, like we're so used to having so many nice people. Like everybody, like even like I'm not gonna call them the bad guys, but like the bad guys in around us. Even
Yeah.
those guys are really nice. At the end of the day, they're super genuine. They're super nice. They
Mhm.
want you to learn. They want you to grow, and it's just different because I don't I haven't experienced paintball in a different light down south or east west, so it's really nice to get that perspective from you. So I appreciate you kind of breaking that down.
Yeah, and some of it too, if you don't mind me just, like, adding this last point to that, like, some of it too here is you guys only have a certain amount of time.
Mhm.
Like, so the people that are there, you normally see throughout every season. So, like, you're very purposeful about, "Look, we're just trying to grow Midwest paintball."
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're a small community, we're just trying to grow Midwest paintball,
Mhm.
and that's what I've noticed a lot about it. Florida, it's kinda like but I don't know. I can't speak to Texas or California because those are 12 months of the year playing paintball. But Florida is kind of like, yeah, we're here every weekend. We're with our boys. Whereas here, it's like, no, we got to grow this. Like,
Yeah.
we need people.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's a big part too.
And
yeah.
and sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Randy, because this what you brought up with the year-round thing is that here in the Midwest we get harsh winters.
I'm aware.
We get people get into different hobbies. You know, they have to stop playing paintball. They may be going ice fishing. They may be go snowmobiling. They got other hobbies, and sometimes they get stuck in those other hobbies and they don't come back to playing paintball. And we've experienced that firsthand with a couple of our guys getting stuck into fishing.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Shout out, Ben.
Ben, Seth,
Call them out.
Smokey, call them all out, yeah. But no, it's just crazy because it's just like those people, like yeah, like I said, like they just probably they get hooked on a different hobby, and maybe down south, paintball is all they do. Year, like you said, that's all they do year round is they can
Correct.
continuously focus on paintball. They don't get a break from it, and the vice versa. We get a break, so we got to find something else to do.
Right.
And you know, I don't know if you've heard this, but Splatball is
Hmm.
closing down, and so we're
Oh,
not
wait. No,
gonna
I didn't.
Yeah.
there,
Wow.
and so we're not gonna have a indoor field until the Hive opens up in Fargo. So we
What's the hive?
appreciate it's the Killer Bees Junior from the Killer Bees are opening up a not a reball field, indoor reball field.
All right.
Yeah. That should
And
be a
so
lot of fun.
he
More
said that he
money.
wanted to do, like, a CrossFit, like, training center with it too, so, like, you'll have, like, a
Yes.
little, like, workout room for paintball drills and whatnot, and, yeah, I think it's gonna be from what he's saying, it's gonna be the shit, so
Sorry to go. I didn't mean to skim over that because that is a big deal. So splat ball, like the AAF guys that do splat ball in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
yep,
Man,
Yeah.
man, that sucks, bro.
We
yeah,
had
which
big
is I mean,
dubs. Now we're taking big L's, but we're
yeah.
gonna be bringing back
Well,
up big dubs.
yeah. Well, I don't know what Fargo is, but I'll find out.
You've
uh,
never been to Fargo?
it's Fargo's probably about 3 hours roughly from Annandale.
You take 94
Which
all the way
way?
up,
Which
north,
yeah.
all it's on North Dakota, it's next to it's you know where Moorhead is?
No.
East Grand Forks?
No, dude, I like honestly, so I when I moved here, I didn't have a car for like the first 6 months. So I work from home.
Mhm.
I'm a work from home guy. So like you're lucky I know what I just forgot the name of it. Yeah, you're lucky I know what Annandale is. Like it's one of those things. I'll look
I
it up
gotcha.
later. I'll figure it out. But
For
like,
I
sure.
yeah,
gotcha.
I'm not. I can spit in the wind, and wherever it goes, that's probably where Fargo is. That's yeah,
Sure. Sure.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
It's like a well, quick lowdown. It's just like a 3-hour drive up 94.
Yeah.
If you know where 94 is, it literally takes you basically right up to North Dakota.
right on.
What's your current setup right now?
So I currently am running a CS3 Pro. Okay, a Thunder Valley EKK Special Edition CS3 Pro. Um, with a I was using a Spire 5, but Yeah, it was skipping on me, and I don't know if it was. I just didn't. It wasn't driving. The second that I have any doubts about what I have and what I can control,
Mhm.
I'm pretty done with it. So I went back to my Control 2, and then I just have um, an 80 JT tank with a powerhouse rig on it.
Okay.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, like I've been having to get a little used to the CS3 Pro. I used the CS3 for about 6 months. Um, and then like the grip pattern changes on the Pro. So like I've been I say that like I don't feel like it's like there yet for it, but I say that and I hit some of the shots I hit and I'm like, well, I guess I'm lying to myself. It just it just doesn't feel like yeah.
Like the
So
ergonomics are just kind of weird.
yeah. I'll still always I used to be a die guy when I first started playing
Mhm.
and it would take mountains for me to ever shoot one of their guns again. It would be very difficult for me just because like some of the experiences I've had and um I, yeah, I really want to love their platform. Like their DSR platform is nuts. Like it's
Mhm.
really good.
Hmm.
Even their DSR Pro is great. I've heard great things about it. I've shot one. It's really nice. I just like, when they kind of took a step back from the sport and became really like unreliable and uh for me again, any type of hesitancy I have with what's in my hands,
Yeah.
I get really uncomfortable and you're already freaking juiced up when you're playing.
Right.
I'm like, I don't need anything else to have to think about. Like, if my batteries are fresh and this thing ain't working, I have a problem. Like,
Right.
we need
Mhm.
to figure it out. So, yeah. I mean, I can here. Hold on.
Always got it ready.
Oh.
Why? So I pre-packed my bag because I'll be in Tampa this weekend.
Oh,
So like
true, true.
everything's yeah. I don't even think I've cleaned it since Dover.
Beautiful.
Holy.
So that's the Thunder Valley, and then EKK right there. We're sponsored by EKK. There's a bunch of they
That's
started in
sweet.
'03. It's East Coast Kids. I'll always wear their gear. It's more of like a nostalgia thing, but like I have soft ears from EKK. I have like a jersey, sweatshirt, just like a bunch of stuff. Like and then them in G1. Like I've been pretty much since Speedy kind of started G1. I've been really into that. He's the guy that created the insert foams for the JT masks, and then you
Oh.
can yeah. So that's G1 foam. So
Okay.
like I've been he's always like anytime I talk to him, hey, how's this going? How do you like this? Like we're always having very just honest dialogue, and
Mhm.
yeah, so it's good stuff.
That's awesome. With all
That's
that
awesome.
said, then, especially a little bit ago, what's one of your favorite moments that you've had on the field other than that point where you walked off and you felt everything rush to you?
Um, Man, I honestly, it has to be the D5 series. I mean, there can't be really much that tops that. Like, I mean, I kind of feel bad, but I don't. Like, there was a team that was in the running that they got knocked out. The round that we knocked Notorious out, and they're
Mhm.
sitting off behind us, and they've been extra all season. Whatever they're in their little group because they think they won a series.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And they say, and new series champs, and we're like, yes! And they're over there just freaking mean mugging, disappointed, frustrated. Alex Udell, which he's the owner of MVPS, they call him over. What are you talking about? We should have won the series. They thought that the last tournament was double points. But
Mhm.
he had said at the beginning of the season, because there's 5 events, we just drop your lowest score and there's no double points.
Okay.
So
Wow.
like there was this
They were
big
pissed.
we were like, yeah, yeah, but yeah, man, like it's hard to top that. Like, I mean, we won D3. What was that? January, the last MVPS event. The D3 Pandas line, like we got first in that, and that was
Congrats.
really good moment because thanks. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, finally. It's been like 3 years since a win, and I'm like, I have an open win in 10 man, but like this, yeah, when you're working towards it, like, and I got to so Robert Beasley and Tyler Vera, they're like, we're like, I would say like between the three of us, like the three amigos, the closest together, talk all the time, and that was our first event in D3, and honestly, yeah, first event in D3 winning together. So like that was nice too. Like, so but yeah, that D5 season for us not thinking we were in it to go in and winning not only the event but the series, like it's like a Cinderella story, just
Right.
how like crazy it ended up. So I
Right.
got a ring for it. Yeah, there's just
That's
yeah, you can't
amazing,
beat it.
man. I
That's
having
awesome.
something like that happen where you're busting your ass, you're working as a team, you're doing everything that you can, and then to come out on top like that, like that's got to be an amazing feeling.
Bro. I yeah, there's nothing I could uh, there's no words I guess I could say that would describe that moment because it's like a lifelong dream accomplished, but also winning in a we got second twice that season,
Hmm.
like just almost there, and
Mhm.
then to do we were like, bro, like finally, like
That's
just
amazing.
yeah, it was
I can only
there's
imagine.
yeah,
That's
it's a lot.
Oh
awesome.
man. We see these a bunch of I feel like it's just maybe me, but if you watch a lot of paintball videos like behind the scenes and whatnot, you see these teams get knocked out of these tournaments. What I just if I were to go constantly go through it and keep losing, keep losing, keep losing, how do you have the mentality to come back and just be like, You know what, fuck it, we're just gonna ball out and we're just gonna try to win and do as much as we can?" And it's just like I'm curious on where you kind of get that mindset, and I
We're
just know it's
dumb.
devastating.
We're dumb.
We like to waste our money on foolishness and honestly, man, I think I kind of alluded to it when I was discussing what keeps bringing you back. It's just that like maybe this time we can get one place better.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Like, well, or maybe as a team you're lying to yourself and you're like, no, it was the penalties. How. But it's still kind of the same thing. It's like that hunger and drive just to be the best.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And for some people, it's like, I've been doing this for years. And if I were to give up now, all that hard work would go to waste. Uh, for others, it's like it's what I love doing, and every new layout is a new game.
Hmm.
I mean, we hold paintball guns, but every new layout is a new game.
Hmm.
It, you know, so like really, yeah, it just I'm a big proponent of, and I hope this doesn't go into one of your following questions, but like I'm a big proponent of paintball starts at home.
Mhm.
So like hydrating, are you eating good? Like 2 days before an event, like I'm not eating Taco Bell because I just know I'm going to be messed up. Like,
Mhm.
I'm making sure I'm hydrated. I'm up on my water. Like I'm really just making sure that when I go to the event, I can give 100% of everything that I have,
For sure.
and that if I do lose, you know what, I left it on the field.
Yeah.
There's a new game in a couple of months. You
Hmm.
know, like that's really it. And I mean that even goes down to like layouts. Like when a new layout comes out, even the EXL one, I have my clear ruler and my black and red pen. And I'm charting out bounce shots. I'm looking at gaps. I'm trying to anticipate like, okay, is this off break shot there? Or like, hey, is this shot on this side of the field here even there at all? Like all those things for me as a proponent of like it's like at home homework.
Mhm.
I it's like in the NFL, people go and watch film and they study the game, and it's like I do my best to be a student of the game. So like EXL, when we went in and we were practicing, like everyone's walking the field trying to see where the shots are. I know where the shots are. I just need to make sure they're there.
Right.
So like that's like for me, like especially with only 1 weekend on layout, I'm very intentional about like bunker callouts. Yeah, that's fine. But zones are black and white zones. What would be a good call here if this situation? I'm basically playing against myself on a sheet of paper.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So like that brings me back to it all the time because it's like I'm playing myself. Like how can I be better than me? Like, it's very so yeah, like it's just it's that hunger. There's just something about it. It's like it's the itch that never can get scratched. It just and I bet for 3 seasons on Arsenal, we lost like our first season. I want to say the highest we got was top four, and out of the four events, and the rest we didn't even make it out of prelims. And then the next year it was like I think we maybe got higher than 10th once. And that I was just kind of on autopilot. Like I was just
Mhm.
like, yeah, this is just what I do. It's just another weekend. But then like I started to understand the game more, and I just got hungrier. Like it was this weird feeling, but it's just the drive, man. It's plus we said a little earlier, it's the people too.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I have a buddy that wants to talk about things that I like to do, and then we just start nerding out, and all of a sudden, we know every corner of this field. Like me and Rob for this weekend in MVPS have been texting back and forth, like, "Hey, if this happens, or line changes, or adjustments, like it just is like it's like your favorite video game that's the same every time, but it's not."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's the familiarity with it.
what do you think made that switch where you were just like, oh my God, now I feel like I really understand. What was the moment that you feel like that switch happened?
Honestly, it was BKI. So they
Oh,
have
clinic.
they have well, not a clinic, they're videos.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it was the end of it'd been the second year of Arsenal. It was that last season. Rob was gonna go play with Totem in semi-pro. Like we were kind of disbanding. And I
Hmm.
was
Mhm.
kind of in an area of like, what am I gonna do now that it's over? My wife was starting to graduate, so there was like some traction building. And people, whenever I would play, always when they would watch me, they're like, "You just look panicked. Like you just look really panicked out there." And when they would tell me that, I'm like, "That doesn't make any sense. Like I
Mhm.
feel fine.
Hmm.
Like I'm understanding what's going on. Like I feel fine." And it took some reflection at the end of the season. Like I had to really think about it because I was like, if I'm going to move on from the level I'm at right now, at the time being D3, I can't be this way. I have to figure something out.
Mhm.
And so I started like reflecting, like, okay, well, why did they say I'm panicked? Was that like why? So I started asking why. And I came to the conclusion that it's not that I was panicked, it's that I just didn't know what to do. Like I'm a heavy job guy, so like if it was holding a gap for 12 pods, I could do that. But what happens when this fails or they get through your gap? I'd never thought through that whole process.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, and so I was like, you know what? Let me eat some humble pie here because like again, Izzy is teaching us, trying to show us everything. Um, and just subscribe to BKI. I need to know what's going on. I'm gonna watch every video I possibly can.
Hmm.
Like
Mhm.
I need to figure out where the lines are crossed and it's not connecting because it wasn't like it really like I fully thought that that was it. Um, so funny enough, I pay for the subscription, and the first video I open up is Nick Laval's "How to Make a Play." Because I was like, let me just get this. And it was like, I want to say it was 30 seconds into the video. He says, okay, on the field, we're going to find the 2 best bunkers to go to where you can shoot everyone. And he drew them like and he walked and he said, okay, these 2 bunkers are it. My mind exploded. It was that simple. Like I was so like I was almost frustrated because like I I for some reason, like, growing up, paintball, um, was always just get down the field and shoot them. Like, me growing up, that was it. Just get down the field and shoot them. That's how you play paintball.
Mhm.
No one ever explained the game like that. And Izzy was, like, that's the crazy part. Out of all the time that I was with him, he was explaining different things of the game and how to do this. I just could not grasp, which, I mean, I understand why for myself, but just could not grasp like why I didn't know. Because I would look at layouts for hours, or I'd go walk the field and I'd be like, I can shoot this guy here, I could shoot this guy here. Yeah, that's great. That's all I ever knew. You know, that's how
Mhm.
you shoot them. You go there, go down the field and shoot them.
Mhm.
Well, whenever he talked about like what 2 bunkers are the most important bunkers on the field to kill the bad guys, my mind just like opened. Everything Izzy had ever taught me, ever said to me, ever invested into me, it was like a download. Like I remember having this moment of not knowing for the next 20 seconds what he even said. Because like every snippet that Izzy had ever said to me just rushed back. Scenarios in tournaments, like this weird like feeling of like it was like I was going through time and space in slow motion. Like
Yeah.
it was like and literally overnight, that one 30 seconds video changed everything.
That's crazy.
So like I then did go and watch a couple of other ones to really try because now that I know is there other information that I can grow from. Like
Right.
now I'm a sponge again. Now I
Right.
know like I like it's like, everybody has always said, "Oh, just play people that are better than you." And there is some truth to that, that
Mhm.
it can improve you. But where there is kind of like a kind of the negative to that is, well, yeah, you play who's better than you, but if they never tell you why they're playing better than you, you'll never learn.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like there's just a lot of these things where I was just like, okay, well, what's like now I go through because Yosh Rao goes through and not Yosh Rao, but who was the coach before Skinny Kevin
I have
for
no.
for Dynasty? I can't remember. Uh, man, I feel bad because I can't remember his name, but he was going through and like I highlight all the worst 1v1 bunkers on the field, and then I highlight the best ones. That's what I do now. And then
Mhm.
he even talks about like what's a good like down body bunker. So like if I'm playing 1-on-2, how to assess the threat, where's to be on the field based off of what like just all these things that like I'd been told, I'd thought of, but just never thought of in
Mhm.
that 30 seconds of time. Just and I've been in positions before where everyone I think has a boss that like they tell something to them for like months, and then that one guy comes along and says it to him, and he all of a sudden takes it up like it was fresh sliced bread. You're like,
Mhm.
bro, I've been saying that for months. I had to tell Izzy, I was like, listen, I'm sorry, I don't like to be this guy because I've been here before, but you've been telling me these things for 3 years now, and it took him 30 seconds, so I apologize.
I will say, especially when like some a previous job that I've had, um, someone will tell you the same thing that somebody else has told you, but the way that they say it, and they might explain it a little bit differently, they might show you slightly differently, but bread and butter is the same thing. But just because of the way that they slightly did it differently, it makes
Correct.
way more sense. Like I
Hmm.
always like to ask people, at least 2 to 3 different people, depending on the situation, their opinions on things or how to do a certain thing because they're always going to explain it differently. Whether they give the same answer, they might
Hmm.
explain it a little bit differently, which will give me a way better perspective on exactly what I need to do.
But I kind of want to ask you. There probably is no off season for you, but if you ever ran into a situation where like, oh, I couldn't play over the winter, or I couldn't play for a certain period of time, what would you do to keep your paintball wits about you?
Before you answer that, I wanted to ask the same question a little bit ago, but I couldn't remember if you already mentioned something about that. And I didn't want to sound like an idiot.
You're good.
Um, so through a lot of depression and sadness, I this past season had to experience that.
Mhm,
Um, and I don't say that from a standpoint of um, like I was necessarily forced to, but I was kind of like had no, n- uh, had no choice. Um, so normally from maybe like World Cup happens, I would go to the field and play the next weekend. Like even events, I'd go to play. Um, and then maybe like the 2 weeks of like Christmas and New Year's, like maybe I'd insert a weekend in between there or something like that.
Hmm.
mhm,
Um, I would play then. But there was, like you said, there was nothing, like I just no time off. Like I'm literally playing every single weekend. And then when we moved here, um, I'll give Aaron Tholey some credit here for this because it was kind of something I needed to hear, even though it was something that I didn't want to hear. Um, I in the month of and I promise I'll get there, but I'm having just to kind of support it a little bit. In the month of March, I was gone all 4 weekends, not at home, not with my wife. June, I'll be gone all 4 weekends. Like there's a lot of dedication and a lot of um, commitment.
Hmm.
mhm,
A lot of sacrifice. People always say, "Oh, it's a sacrifice." It's like until you really know what that is. Like I'm missing birthdays. Like
yeah,
this is happening. Like things are planning for things. Hey, I'm gone. I can't be there.
mhm,
Which shout out to my wife. Part of that is the fact that she has kind of said for a long time, you put this on the back burner to work on my school,
mhm,
and I want to support however you need. So shout out to
Huge.
her. My wife is, I don't know what I'd do without her. Like it
yeah,
is like her being as patient and like willing to let me go travel and hang out with friends not in the state and fly 3.5 hours, 1,000 mile, like to do all of that. Shout out to her.
Good for you, man.
Um, but at the same time, that also means time away from her.
yeah,
So, um, back to Aaron Tholey. He had said I can't remember the name of the guy that he said, but he said there was somebody from the Wisconsin or Minnesota that played at a high level of paintball for a long time. And he said this guy at the end of cup, when cup would happen, he would come home, he would wash his gear, he would fold it up, put it in his gear bag, and put it away for the season. And that was so profound to me because I haven't had an off season ever in my
mhm,
tournament paintball career, if you want to call it a career, but ever.
Sure.
So I'm still figuring that out. I had one this past off season, so I moved here July 11th of last year, and up until about January 10th, not having a car, I just sat at home and played video games all the time because I couldn't go anywhere.
mhm,
Um, so I'm still figuring that out. Like, it's a great question because it's one I don't have an answer to, right? I mean, I can sit here and tell you, like, obviously, um, I'll probably like maybe I'll pull a layout out just to keep my mind fresh, and I'll draw on the paper, and I'll learn or I'll go play like paintball playground on a VR headset, and
Hmm.
mhm,
to try to keep the mind going. But the more and more I get closer to it, the more and more I'm realizing there might be a future where I legitimately take an off season. Um, now, now I'll say that for when you ask it later, because I know you'll probably ask it. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. There's some beauty in that, and that was kind of my like depression and sadness is
Yeah.
realizing that like I've dedicated so much time to this year round that I'm now like grieving having to take a break, which is not good. That's kind of unhealthy.
Yeah.
Like, but I loved it so much. It was all about it. But yeah, I'm still figuring that out.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
It's
at the same time, it's how much longer or how long are you able to really do this for?
Uh, That's a good point too. I think about that all the time.
So I like it may not always work out, but if it's something that you are truly passionate about and you really love and you really want to do, I I I don't see a huge issue, especially if your wife um helps you out with everything. I don't see a huge issue not taking an off season. If it's something
Right.
that you don't really want to do, I wouldn't force yourself to do it and then regret taking the off season.
Right.
mhm.
100%.
But I mean, it could be said vice versa as well. You want to take an off season, but you're not sure, and you play, and then you're like, "Oh man, I should have taken an off season." It could go really either way.
Yes. Yep. 100%.
Well, what? So maybe the question you were thinking I was going to ask you is, what is your plan for the next few years? What is your end? What's your goal in the next, let's say, 3 years? Where do you want to be?
Um, as of right now, that's not the question. But when you get to the question, I'll let you know it's the question. Because you ask it to everybody at the end of the podcast. So,
Oh yeah.
um, but not at the end. It's like right before. It's your what would you unlimited bankroll? What would you want?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I know.
The finale.
yes, yeah. But honestly, it's just to get as good as I can be. Like, it's like earlier I alluded to. I'll know when I know.
Mhm.
Like maybe we win the D2 series this season, which I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But uh, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to travel anymore. Um, or maybe it's working to get the semi-pro, and maybe I make a pro team.
That'd be
But like,
awesome.
right, that'd be awesome. So I'm kind of like in in this weird area where it's like I have goals, but I don't have it's kind of counterintuitive to like leadership and when you're have obtainable goals and set things that you can reach, and it's just kind of like I'm just freaking playing paintball.
Yeah. Just in the
uh,
moment, not really worried about too much in the
yeah,
future.
but within that I want to get as good as I can. I don't know how long the pandas will last, um which I'm not saying they'll go away this year, but like, so three of the guys on the team are like, one of them is 16, and
Oh.
no, I'm sorry, four of them. So one of them's 16, and the other four are just getting out of high school and kind of starting their lives. So
Hmm.
like, there's a chance within the next 2 to 3 years, maybe they're like, you know what, I'm done with paintball. I got a girlfriend. I want to go get married, go to college, whatever they
Right, right.
decide.
Life
Yeah.
happens.
It could change, right? Um, so that's, I'm sure, some of my like, maybe not uncertainty, but like I want to be with them as long as I can. They're some of my best friends. And
Hmm.
if we were to go semi pro and be able to win semi pro and go pro that way, that would be the dream.
Right.
Um, I just my expectations are high, but at the same time, I'm just kind of living in the moment, day at a time, like event per event, us talking, loving the game. Like, is everyone's dream to be pro? Yeah, but I try to be very realistic too, and like me and my wife are in a season of like trying for kids, and like what
Mhm.
most people don't understand, like let's say I make the Russians, let's just say that happens. They have a 6 week camp before every event.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So like they have a house in Tampa, but can I go there for 6 weeks and train while my wife is home with a kid?
Yeah.
Right. That's a
Uh,
lot.
There's no way. No way. Which I don't know the whole ins and outs of that. Like I'm sure there's like certain things with people being there or not being there, or things come up, maybe they have to go home. I don't know that whole situation, so I can't speak to it like that.
For sure.
But to the extreme, like Paintball Fit, you have to live in Texas to play for them because
Yep.
they play 5 times a week. Like
It's crazy though.
Yeah,
I would do
I
it, bro.
couldn't
I'd
imagine.
I'd play 5 times a week, even if it's just going out there and like doing drills and having the gun in my hand. I could
Oh,
I would
that'd
I
be
would play
so
5 times
fun.
a week. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sorry. There's not really. I don't really have like a good answer for you. I can't tell you this. My goal is to help people get better in this area the best I can. So that's like questions, layout advice, like even on the Warbirds. Like one thing that like drew me to like the Warbirds were their eyes. And what I mean
Mhm.
by their eyes is like I could see the want, but I could see the same feeling that I had in them.
Mhm.
Like it's just a sensational want to get better. And not that not everybody like I saw that in pretty much everybody, but there was definitely just this draw to a lot of those guys. Um and so it's not really even secluded to them in terms of wanting to get help them get better. It's like let's grow Minnesota paintball. Like if it grows, I grow. Like
Yep.
it's a give and take. Like it can't just be me. Like if it were me all the time and everybody was that way, none of us would be good. And
Yeah.
it definitely wouldn't be a community. It'd be a bunch of me's, and that's garbage. Get that crap out of here.
Yeah, for sure.
But like being at the field, I know I'm not there as much because normally it's like the event I took this weekend off and then I'm right back. I'm
Yeah.
right back out again. So like I'm not there as much, but like even when I do get to go, like how can I be intentional without trying to be forceful, help them grow in paintball? So like if you guys are ever out there and you see me and something happens, ask me questions. Like I'm still learning the game and still want to learn the game as much as possible. So I'm not above any advice, or like I'm one of those people that let's talk about it. If
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
have an opinion and my opinion is different, well, let's figure out why. And if we both disagree, let's at least try to align to the same thing.
For sure.
Like if you think this gun should be that way and I think this gun should be this way, let's talk about it.
Hmm.
And
Mhm.
then but that's how we grow. That's how it's through those good conversations. So it's like the same for you guys. Whenever you guys are out there and I'm hanging out and I'm with the birds and we're chilling, like ask questions. Like I don't know everybody yet. I'm still kind of working through that, and some of that is kind of if I could be there more, it'd be a little different.
For sure.
But really, like I think really the singular goal I could get is like let's make Minnesota paintball good paintball players.
Yeah,
Let's get the level up. Let's like
Oh yeah.
let's show out let's go to Kansas City and they're like, dang, all these teams are good. We must be doing something wrong. Like however that needs to be, let's do it.
for sure. I agree. No, a lot of the things that I have learned while playing paintball have come from the Warbirds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They got a lot of experience on their team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tens of years of playing. And that sounds weird, but yeah, they've got a lot of good guys on their roster, and they are no strangers of when you want help, just
Hmm.
ask, and they'll probably give you feedback even if you aren't asking for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I always appreciate this podcast has kind of opened a couple of different avenues where we're talking to people who we normally don't talk to, And it's just like, before this first EXL, I had the perspective of 5 or 6 different people and how they viewed that EXL layout. And I'm
Hmm.
like, holy shit! I didn't ever thought of it like that. Like
Yeah,
what you were alluding to, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it just really opens your eyes to like people's different people's thought process and
Mm-hmm.
how other teams break down fields.
right.
And I I kind of want to go back to this a little bit, but you said you were at the first EXL this year?
No, no, no. I was at the first practice when you guys were there, and it was freaking cold, and it's like
Gotcha.
that was our first interaction. Was I walked up to you, your center brick guy shooting Snake Way. I was
Yep.
like, hey, I just you don't have to do this, but I think it would be better served if you send him D Way to shoot D Way instead,
Mm-hmm.
and then work
Yep.
your snake guys down. And that was it. And because it's hard to give feedback when you don't know the person. Like
Right.
for
Mhm.
all you know, I could be some D6 kid just came out from the blue jeans and just got my first pair of JT pants, and I'm trying to tell you how you should play paintball.
For sure.
The
Like,
funny the
I get
funny
you.
thing is I actually listened to it. I'm like, okay, let's do that.
oh,
So
cool.
I literally told it's usually our home guy would run to the bus. We call it the bus.
Mm,
And we just like, hey, yeah. Before we had him shooting snake side, we're like, yeah, that could shut down the 50 snake all day, every day. Didn't really help us in that practice, but say, hey, look Dorito
yeah,
side, see what you got Dorito side. We were whenever we had sent the guy to the bus, we were tearing it up.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was
It's
Yeah.
because you
thank
They,
you
could
for that
contain the
advice.
guy. Yeah,
yeah. What
it's go ahead.
Sorry. When we went to the EXL, they would always put somebody at that big center brick as well, but they would always be looking snake side. I lost one gun battle to that motherfucker. Never again.
Well, to peep some games, so like it's kind of like I'm gonna talk about my aha moment. That's one of those things like the minutia of the game. It's like when you're looking at that layout, if you look snake side, yeah, you could kind of see the guy from the 50, but what does he do? He puts you in and then he goes.
Hmm.
All of a sudden, that whole like 45 seconds you sat there hoping to catch him, he just put you in and went. Whereas D side on that layout, you had three different gaps.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So you could literally, if he puts you in, you just roll the next gap. Put you in, roll the next gap. And really, it was more so like that center 50 brick guy. Sorry, a total off tangent. We can stop talking about this if you want.
You're good. No, keep going.
You're good.
The purpose of that center or the bus was to hold up the Dorito side as long as you could, so that your snake guy can get down the field and shoot everybody on that side.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that was the purpose. It's like everything in paint. Like I always say that every ball that you shoot out of your gun should have a purpose. It's not
Yeah.
just you shooting paint. It's like I can shoot 10 pods, but I know why I'm shooting those 10 pods.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like normally like a newer player, you'll see like they went out there with 5 pods, they came back with 4. But it's
Mhm.
because like they don't really know why I'm shooting 5 pods. When you can kind of quantify that and say, listen, you're going to watch the Dorito gap, all
Mhm.
3 of these gaps. I just want you to pump paint. Do not stop shooting. Don't try to catch the guy out and shoot him. Like, don't wait for him. You just shoot your gun. Just shoot
Yeah.
it. Take 12 pods out there, shoot the gap. Do not stop. Every ball has a purpose. So,
Mhm.
like, that is why, like, now the game plan opens and we can send our snake guy down, get our guy in the corner, head down the Doritos. Like, yeah, that's like the little tiny breakdown of that layout. But
For sure.
yeah,
That was a fun
Yeah, no,
layout.
that was very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
don't
it
worry, it's
definitely
more to
changed
come,
our game
dude.
plan.
I like. Are you guys playing Seps?
No, we're
No.
doing all EXL events this
All
year.
EXL. What's the Sorry, I keep looking back. Like that's my calendar right over there.
You're
That's
good.
like where I have. So when's the next EXL?
June, beginning of June. So it's that first
Never
weekend in
mind. I
June.
ain't even gonna look.
It's the se-
That's
it's the seventh. It's the 7th.
yeah. I'm gone. I'm literally like I'm gone the whole month of June, August and July and August. I have open. Like I'm good to go. Like every single weekend. maybe, except for like the second week of August. I'm off.
Mhm.
So, but we can talk about that probably later.
Randy, do you have a question? I feel like I have a bunch of questions locked and loaded. I want to give you an
I
opportunity to
did.
ask a question.
This is kind of really off topic, but you said your buddy's name was Rob. What was the last name?
Beasley, Robert
Rob B.
Beasley,
Dude, I'm such a huge Harry Potter fan. The only thing I could think of for the next
Ron
5 minutes,
Weasley.
yeah, literally, I was like,
So
"What? That's so close."
he's tatted up with Harry Potter tattoos. He's a Harry
That's
Potter guy too. Like
awesome.
he has like the I think he has a snitch and like yeah, he's tatted up with Harry Potter stuff.
That's fucking awesome. I mean, he
That's
Yeah.
has to with the name like
hilarious.
that. He
Yeah.
has to.
No, I kind of well, I got a bunch more questions still, so I'm gonna keep it
Dude,
on.
ask him. I got
I'm gonna
time.
fire away. I'm gonna
Just ask
fire
him.
away.
I'll
Um,
try to keep them condensed so that I'm trying to be respectful of your time.
No, you're
whatever
good.
you feel
You're
like,
good. This
whatever
is
you
your
feel like.
time.
But if you had it your way, and you could bring something to, let's just say Annandale, an amenity of some sort, what would you bring if JT could just be like, "Hey, we're gonna add this to the field"? What would it be?
It would for sure be an indoor field. Like I know that's kind of like like I've heard like I think JD said indoor bathrooms. Like and don't get me wrong, Thunder Valley has indoor bathrooms um that are air conditioning and it is nice like getting
Mhm.
showing up, but yeah, it's just that year-round play gets us at a disadvantage
Yeah,
for like cuz we have seasons. So like alluding, even if it was an off season, even going once or twice, like maybe every other Saturday in that off season, just to stay loose and keep the rust off. When there's 5 feet of snow outside,
yeah,
like it still would be completely like invaluable. Just even for like, hey guys, I'm gonna be out here this day. If you guys want to come for drills, let's work on some stuff. All of a
mhm,
sudden we're working on fundamentals and that, however it may be really just I understand the challenges with it, but unlimited bankroll, not worrying about it, the amenity would be an indoor field.
yeah. I feel like a lot of people want like a true 5 man, potentially even 7 man, 7 man, a 5 man indoor field where it would fit, and probably there's a lot that goes into that junior that or the podcast with Junior. He kind of went into be like, this is every like he listed everything from
Yeah,
top to bottom. It was like, this is what you need to do if you're gonna have an indoor like use paint inside. You have a drainage system. You gotta install all that. Make sure like you're using good turf, not just on a concrete floor. I'm like,
right,
there's so much that we don't understand that goes into it that he's already learned from and learned about. We can't even comprehend it. So
Hmm.
it's just
Right.
it takes a lot
yes.
to get an indoor field here. And so it's I mean that's kind of the unfortunate thing for us. But my next question is, um, how do you think it's not really up to the field owners because they do a good job promoting their field, like Vintage and JT and Annandale and Splatball,
Right.
and all the fields around here. I'm not trying to be specific, but they
Yeah,
do
yeah.
a good job, getting out to the public. But how do you think we as a community of paintballers in the Midwest can grow the sport and get new guys into the sport?
Um, I think you guys are kind of already doing it. Like it's like getting that kid. I mean, I know the Warbirds do this pretty often. The weekend that they were doing a practice, there was a guy that drove like 3 hours just to get to Annandale,
Mhm.
and he was like, I don't know if he's actually a part of the team. To me, it didn't seem like he was. He was like, "Yeah, dude, just get some spins with us. Like, here's some of our base call outs. This is what our things is." Kind of like introducing him to what we're doing. And then whenever he would do something or like he's playing, I or somebody else would go behind him and be like, "Hey, so this situation, doing this, like really working with him through that." And really I mean, that's really it. Like I use this term when I'm talking about paintball here in Florida. I'm like, here it's a hobby, not a lifestyle.
Mhm.
In year-round states, it's a lifestyle. It's literally like what you do every weekend. Everyone knows that Keller, when it's this time of the weekend, he won't be home because he's playing paintball.
Mm.
Whereas
Mhm.
here, you're like you said, the guy that got into fishing, it's a hobby. It's just another hobby. So people start to shave off hobbies that are. It's like, okay, well, I have 3 hobbies.
Yeah.
What one do I want to give away? That's just the way it goes. And really, where I think we're struggling right now in paintball, and me and Tholey talked about this quite extensively, um, was like the dad and son that come out, out of the 52 weekends a year. Let's say they come out maybe 10. They're not doing that right now.
Mhm.
And part of that's the economy, like or busyness at work. Like there's just those things that are happening. We had such this rush of people in COVID because it was like we got to get outside. Everyone's locked in. We got to do all and it was like for 2 years like just this massive wave of paintball.
Yeah.
And then real life has started to come back into play. Things started opening up. We got fully, nothing shut down. Businesses are coming back up. Jobs are starting. And then paintball all of a sudden, pre-COVID, kind of starts to dwindle back to where it was. Um, and so, I mean, really, that's it. I think it's just being present,
Mhm.
honestly. And,
Mm.
and and that's why I said I think a lot of it, like even down at Vintage, like with the Havoc guys, like I've been there a few times, and like even then, when there's someone that comes out and just wants to play, or there's some rental, not rental, but like just weekend warriors on the other side, it's like, hey, let's give them a body or two so we're not just face rolling them all day and they don't have fun. Like
Yeah.
even as a like a guy that may come a couple of weekends a year, like I don't want to lose. Like I want to win. I want to have fun doing it, and getting crapped on all the time is not necessarily fun.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like it's like so, like, I feel like you guys are really set up here to do that. Like I don't think there's a magic formula. I think it just has to be through uh I can't I was trying to make some fancy word, but I can't think of the word right now. But essentially it's just
My
like
life story.
just being organic. You're doing it
Yeah.
organically. You're just being nice. You're open, and a lot of it is kindness too. Like it's one thing to be nice, but it's another thing to be kind.
Yeah.
Can
Right.
can I be honest but nice at the same time with the intention of your well-being, not just, like it's going to, I'm getting the better end of this, but
Mhm.
kindness, wanting you to be that. And I think you guys are doing a good job of that, man. I think it's just going to take some
Appreciate it.
time. It's just going to take some time. And really some of it too comes down to like, I don't, and I'm not calling them out saying this. I hope it doesn't come across this way, but like Chicago Distortion, right? They're a they're a pro team based
Mhm.
out of the Midwest. Um, Part of this is the season thing we talked about. There's no major indoor field, so they had their pro tryout was I think it was Camp Pendleton or SC Village, might have been SC Village in California because they can't go anywhere else. They can't
Right.
have it.
Yep.
It's 3 feet of snow outside. Um, Chicago Aftershock. I like. Are they a Chicago team?
Yeah.
Like so some of it is that like there's little sections of that within there where it's like if we had a pro team at Annandale, how many other big paintball players or like would they be hanging around? Would they be showing like some of it is that I don't think that's a major thing of like having like a major team here, but having there's definitely a draw when you can get better players at a facility for people to come because they want to get better too.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's more specific to speedball, like we would say to speedball, right?
Yeah.
In terms of rentals and rec ball and things like that, I think we're doing a good job of trying to get there now, and we're being nice to the people, and we're not overshooting them, we're not cheating them. Even if they're cheating us, we're not being buttholes to them. We're
Mhm.
Yeah.
still trying to be genuine.
For sure.
Um, so yeah, it just man, it's gonna take time.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, appreciate the kind words though. Thank
Yeah,
you. That's I tell this to Randy, and I'm like, I we do this just for the love of the game, and there's no other way you can really describe it other than the fact that hey, it's just like I don't expect anything out of this. Like,
right.
as at the end of the day, Randy and I are having fun. We're talking to people who we normally wouldn't have talked to. You know, we're
Mhm.
kind of going out of our way and talking to new guys.
Yeah,
Some of them we already know, but we're trying to push into people who we don't necessarily talk to every day, and
yep,
just getting to know them and share their story. And it's just like I we do this for the love of the game, and we expect nothing in return. We just want to grow the sport,
right,
and so I just that is my thought process behind that. It's just like, hey, I want to continue playing paintball. I'm going to do that at Annandale because that's logically the closest place I live to. If it was vintage, I'd do the same thing with vintage or
right,
anybody else. I hope those type of people step up at those local fields. That's something that we do to prop up their business. Um, but yeah, it's just we want to continue playing paintball, and Annandale's where we want to play paintball. I'm gonna do everything in my power to grow the sport.
right.
And this is kind of a no brainer because we are specifically kind of talking about Midwest paintball and trying to grow the awareness. We may talk to people like from Florida. We had some of the guys from the Rat Kings, and then
We beat them in the finals, by the way. I saw that. I was like, "Gotcha, big dog." Sorry, that's no hate towards you. I'm sure, like, we could lose against them this weekend. It could happen. So, but
When
that's
this podcast comes out, I'm specifically sending it to Steven.
Steven and Bobby.
Hell
It
yeah.
really, honestly, it came down to a one-on-one. Like we were tied at the end, and then we had to go to one-on-ones because we tied again. Like we were still made. Like the best teams made it,
Yeah.
and then our honestly our guy just, I think he shot in the one-on-one. He pulled up his gun, shot 5 balls, and he got the guy. Like that was it. So
Wow.
like the game was so close. Like I can't sit here and say like yeah they're go they're not, like, we had
You
to
should have,
they had
dude.
to fight. Yeah, no. I can't do that, man. I'm so, like, anti-trash talk. I'd rather follow it up with my actions than to talk about it.
I
But
get
Yeah.
you.
it was like, yeah, like, they went up 2-1. We had to come back, and we won the next point, and then it stalemated, and stalemated again. Like, it was a battle. Like, it was a grinder. So,
Mhm.
hats off still to them, but, I mean, we still won, so
Hell yeah. I'm posting this in their Discord, dude.
Yeah. No, they're good guys, man. Raccoons, yeah, they're a really good group of
Oh, for
guys.
sure. Yeah.
They're solid.
I was gonna ask you, one of their I think he's moved on. He's playing for like Legacy Gorillas. I don't know if it's a they won Dover. I
Mhm.
think
And
D2.
Tampa. They're
Oh,
D3.
D3. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I have a buddy on that team. Yeah.
Jasper Long. Do you know him?
I don't know him. The guy that I know is their Dorito Blair. He's Ty Sheridan.
Oh, gotcha. Because I was
But
gonna
I don't
say,
Jasper Long. I don't know. I may have to look.
yeah, because Steven and Bob, the interview with Steve, he's like, yeah, that kid, he's still a kid. He's going pro. Like he jumped, he was D5, D4, then now he's D3 with the
Mhm.
Legacy Gorillas, and already seeing success in Tampa. I'm just like,
Yeah.
kid's
Yeah,
going
man.
somewhere.
There's a lot of really good talent coming up. Um Yeah, they're just there's a lot. Like there's just a lot that people don't talk about, and you may only see at an NXL event. But like, there's a lot of talent coming up. That's like, I mean, look at Hara. Like, it seems like overnight success for that guy. Tries out for the Russians, has a crazy event,
Yep.
the first event, and really, if it wasn't for that whole like tank debacle where he tanked himself, I feel like he probably could have had. He was on my fantasy, and he's thinking they sat him after that, and I lost all my points. But just, I mean, just a phenomenal talent. Like last time we've seen that with the Russians, it was J-Rab.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like it just, and J-Rab's still playing. Like he's back on the Russians. So like paintball has a really bright future. Um, you know, there's a lot of good talent out there for that.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I've said it before too. I think that because in the Midwest specifically, paintball is such a niche sport. Most people think of it as like woods ball or like a birthday
right,
party or a bachelorette party or whatever. That there's so much lost talent for paintball in the Midwest just because they don't know,
Right.
which sucks. Like, we could have a
Yeah.
huge, really good sport, really good community up in the Midwest here that we just don't know about, we don't have because we don't have the niche for it.
Hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey takes it over.
Yep,
I
literally.
mean,
Oh my God, I could guarantee you there's so many good hockey players, especially here in Minnesota, that would kill it in paintball.
yeah.
I almost guarantee it.
I used to be a hockey player.
Yeah. Well, so like in Florida, because it's year-round stuff, like it's weird. Like I've seen it, excuse me, to both extremes where it's like you have the kid that's played every sport. He goes baseball, football, hockey, does it all. Again, it's a year-round thing. Then comes the paintball, and he's like, I'm done with all that. I've done all these other sports. I want to play paintball. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of kids do that. Here it's like I'm only playing hockey. I'm sold out to hockey. There's a rink everywhere. It's like year-round paintball. It's like
Yep.
I can go to any rink I want. I can do drills. I can work on my stick handling. There's so much you can do with it. So like
Right,
why wouldn't you? You can't play baseball and football and all that year round, but you can hockey. Like
right.
soccer I know is indoor, wrestling, like a lot of that stuff. I get it. Most indoor sports thrive around here. But
Mhm.
like if I can't play it year round, but I can play hockey year round, uh do I
Yeah.
want to do that?
Right.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I've asked this question to a couple people. I've heard this statement, and I want to see if you agree with it or not. You know, golf is the white collar sport, and
Mhm.
then the people compare paintball to being the blue collar sport. Do you agree with that?
Um, I'll say yes and no. So part of the reason I would say no is coming up through paintball, it was the skater kid thing to do. Bunch
Hmm.
of degenerates, like pranks, like, Jackass was the thing at the time, like all these like that was it. Like you're going like and honestly, what we don't really have we kind of do. It's actually working back into this state, but like it was a bunch of 30, 40-year-old guys that would see a 14-year-old that could run down the snake, and then they would pick him up and then just send him down the snake. But they're all playing jokes and spending money, and all
Yep.
of this stuff is happening. Nowadays, I would say it's kind of definitely gotten more to a blue collar sport. Yes.
Yeah.
Because this guy's like, I mean, even a lot of you guys up here, like for example, Logan on Warbirds is a snowplow driver in the winter.
Hmm.
Like that's a blue collar, 16 hours a day in a truck plowing
Yeah.
snow. Okay, I don't know what his summer job is, but like, I mean, still, like, it's really a lot of those guys, and it even seemed like back then, like 80s, 90s, 2000s, that's kind of what it was too. A lot of guys that were like, contract killers. Guy owns a construction company. It's a blue collar worker. Like, like, or it just I think we've seen more of a mix up between like the white collar and blue collar because a lot of it takes money that we don't have in the sport
Yeah.
necessarily. I was talking to him at Tampa, and he was sitting in front watching Chicago Distortions game. We were doing trash. I was in the pro pits, and we were talking about USXBL because they have that in Florida.
Yep.
And we were just breaking down like loving the drone footage, and I was like, I'm an X nose guy, just kind of chatting it up. And I was like, man, I really wish we could get more of this, but it would take a billionaire to invest that doesn't want to return on his investment
Hmm.
Right.
because you're not going to get it back investing in well, I won't say you're not going to get it back. The chances are very low, and
Yeah.
most of the team owners that own a paintball team are one of us,
Right.
like owner of Chicago Aftershock, Todd Adamson, loves the sport.
Hmm.
Just is a freaking pillar of the game. His knowledge is there. He owns a team because he loves the game. Like he wants to see his teams grow, and like it just, a lot of ownership comes to people that love the game, not necessarily I call it the suits, but like when the big investors left paintball in 2008, kind of leading up, that's really when paintball kind of took a dive down and businesses
Yep.
started going like, so um, yeah, it's definitely blue collar now. That's a super long answer, but I would definitely say nowadays, um, it's become more of that because it's with the boys cracking open a beer at a 10-minute event, like like yeah, it's yeah,
For
Yeah,
sure.
and you kind of alluded to it where it's just like 2008, the economy crashed, economy tanked, and I've asked people what they thought was the main reason. And I was like, well, I kind of made the correlation with like punk rock, like you said, punk rock, punks, like
yep,
loving music, like music, concerts, and paintball events went very well in the
yes,
late 2000s. Um, that was like the pinnacle of paintball. And then I think once punk rock kind of started dying off, I mean, you still got the Blink 182, Slum
right,
41. Those the bands still exist and around, but like they the punk rock genre never really fully recovered after 2008. And
yeah.
I'm wondering if like just both of those scenarios, like the economy crashing and the punk rock going away, was like what didn't kill it, but basically killed paintball.
Oh, it's like just because I'm a big gamer, it's kind of like video games. I know they're in some way different, but I'll kind of tie them together in this. Video games were in the early 2000s new.
Hmm.
The Call of Duties, the Halos, all the Square Enix stuff that was on PlayStation, Guitar Hero, all of these things were new, like groundbreaking technology and graphics. The games weren't like you didn't need a DLC every 2 weeks to update it. We would play those games hours on hours on hours because we just loved it. It was the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
thing. Everything was new. Paintball, and it kind of goes into the X Games as well, was new. It
yeah,
was on ESPN. It was the cool new thing. Like it was in the X game. Like there all these things like brand new. And then when disposable income wasn't disposable anymore, all the new stuff just kind of died
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
because like yeah, that was fun while it lasted. I got to get off my butt and go work now. Like
Hmm.
it's like
Right.
now every video game that comes out, it's like oh yeah, there's a new Call of Duty. Oh yeah, another NXL event. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's a little different in those, but it's not new. It's not the new extreme sport like it was.
Right.
It's just
yeah.
again, those of us who love it, we're still here.
Hmm. I like I said, I have a bunch of questions. But I
How
would
about
say
we
like
rapid fire so I don't I'll rapid fire. Just
no, this has been fantastic, and I thank you for your time. But
yeah.
I just want to keep going here. If you could change one thing about the NXL, what would that one thing be?
Man, I want my rapid fire back, baby. I want 12.5, 15 balls a second. The real answer to that is less bunkers, dude. We're just I get honestly, Dover was one of the most aggressive layouts I think the NXL has ever made.
Yep.
Like hands down. Um, but just less bunkers. Like I understand the move towards that, but it's getting a lot. Like we want to make it easy for people to watch the sport and we're adding more stuff to watch. Like baseball is easy because he throws the ball and he hits it.
Right.
Hmm.
Football's easy because he throws the ball and he catches it. Like that's like it's small. Paintball's hard to watch because I just see him pointing a gun and I don't see what's coming out of it. And I just know that they're in 100 different spots on this field.
Hmm.
And it's like,
Right.
so like, man, even as like doing the field setups, like how many are there? 50? I think there's 52, 50 somewhere in there. It's like all the snake beams and like, which they're kind of subtracting some stuff now, but it's like, we need to like strip some of this away and maybe I'm a purist in that. Like, that's maybe, but like, I love the aggressive layout,
Yeah.
but like, do we need all that to be aggressive? Like, it's like, and maybe we do. Maybe, and I honestly, I think NXL is trying to figure it out just like we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tom Cole, hats off to him. He's doing anything and everything he can to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like the 3-man, like I was at the Buck Stadium, bro, just an awesome experience sitting there watching them play, and you just hear the echoes of the snake. It's rattling throughout all the
Yeah.
stadium. And it's like, wow, I haven't felt this way since 2008 in the grandstands
Mm-hmm.
at
Yeah.
World Cup. Like it was like almost the best experience fan wise I could ever say for paintball that I've
That's
been to.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, the concessions were expensive, but what concession is not at a
Yeah.
stadium? But I would like to see maybe a little bit quicker fire rate. I'm kind of impartial to that. That's more probably a nostalgia talking. Um, really for me, it's just dang, we're just getting to a lot of bunkers, a lot of
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want it to see where we have 70 bunkers on the field, and that's over exaggerating. But I'm hopeful, but I think the bunkers probably for me. Dial
Yeah.
it back just a touch.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can see that.
What are your thoughts on the 5 pod rule for pro?
I think it's great because the layouts are coinciding with it.
Mhm.
During practice, the weekend before, we were walking off the field with man, I was struggling to shoot 3 pods
Mhm.
because the points were going so. We were playing Shock Semi Pro, and our points were going so quick that we didn't have time to shoot paint. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we shot paint. I think we ended up shooting like 30, 35 cases on the weekend or something like that.
Dang.
But it was
Wow.
still like, oh, that's nothing.
That's a
Normally,
lot for us. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
no, that's nothing, big dog. I Totem 1 year at World Cup, they shot 98 cases.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
when you guys talk about cases and we're talking about practice, I'm like, okay, let's go get a quarter skid, and we can't leave until all that paint shot.
Oh
Like
wow.
that's the practice I'm thinking about. And you guys are like, maybe 1 case this weekend. I'm like, no, we need like 3 or 4 cases this weekend.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I'm like, we're turning and burning, baby. We'll play 5. We'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's like I from a fan standpoint, um, it's it's produced some good paintball. I mean, look at the Iron Man. I mean, they looked really good this event in Dover.
Mm,
Yeah.
And part of that, I think, is the layout. It's not just sitting back. And as a job guy, I've kind of struggled with that because I've had to change the way I play now because I'm used to I'll go here, I'll shoot 10 pods, and then I know that if this guy gets here, I just move to the next job and I shoot the rest of my paint, right?
Mhm.
Where now it's like the game slows down quicker, but it has to happen because we only got 5 pods. So to win in as a viewer, I love it. I think it's money. Dude, it sped the game up so much. It's really nice. As a player, I'm a little iffy about it because right now for the NXL, it seems, and I don't want to assume, because again, I think Dover was great. I'm playing it again this weekend at MVPS.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it just there's some of it where I think make a pro player layout, like a pro league layout, and then allow us divisional players to have a different layout. Just because
Mhm.
we don't have or just limit us 5 pods.
mm-hmm.
Like which there's so many arguments into that, that I'm sure, people are shaking their fist at me or whatever it may be, but yeah, it's kind of again, Tom Cole's trying to figure it out. How do I make pro paintball? I'm trying to get it on TV or I'm trying to get it to a bigger audience. But
Mhm.
also, how do I get maybe not make happy, but at least get to an alignment where my divisional players still want to come play paintball.
Right.
So it's the first season of this. So I'm not oh, this sucks. There's some
Yeah.
changes.
Right. Let them try it out.
Part of being an athlete or even a professional athlete is when the game changes, you have to change with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
when the NFL made all those changes to like the offensive side of the ball for roughing the passer and all that different stuff, guess what? The defensive side of the ball had to change.
Yep.
And those guys who have
Yep.
changed are winning Super Bowls. And
Yep.
they're, you know, so yeah, I try to keep an open mind about it. On one end, I love it. The other end, I'm kind of like, let me shoot more paint because that's
Right.
what I want to do.
I
Yeah.
I
So,
I think I think viewer wise, it's really good. I think you
mhm,
start to bring it down to the divisional leagues, and it's really gonna hurt paintball fields, paintball owners, where people are going out and shooting less. Like a huge margin of how these paintball field owners are making money are through their paint, rentals and paint, especially when we come out there. Like we already have all of our gear. The only thing we're buying is paint. And if
Mhm.
we're buying less paint, they're making less money.
right.
So keeping
Yep.
fields open is a huge, huge part of it as well.
We actually talked about, so me and Rob, um, I hope by now you guys know who Rob is.
No,
Okay.
no, you're
Sorry. I feel like I'm saying it. I'm
good.
like, wait, do I need to explain? We were actually talking about this to great length about how, so like pro players, most of their paint's provided,
Mm,
Yeah.
right? They're not like when I go into the event, I'm paying for my paint. Them, they're more than likely not, or we don't know if they are or not.
right.
I'll just assume
They're
it's
sponsored.
offset. They're right. They're sponsored. They get 10 skids a year, or how many ever they get, whatever.
Mhm.
So per pro team, if you only have five pods on each back, like that's what, like uh it's like three cases, two cases, somewhere in there. We did the math. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm a dummy. I can't do math on the fly like that. But like they're far, like I was in the pro pits at Dover, and where normally you'd see just cases of paint lined up for these guys,
Mhm.
it's all in pods and the rest is in the cooler because they don't shoot that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same for divisionals because like we knew we were barely even getting through five pods. I'm only going to be shooting five pods this point,
Right.
Mhm.
and I may walk off with three, or I may walk off only shooting three. So that's also hurting the paint providers because like for me, I'm all about the understanding that I pay because they give me the opportunity to play. If we don't support the money of that, which you can have your own opinions about, whether you support Defy, GI, whoever, doesn't really matter.
Sure.
If you want that company to be sustained, we have to spend money on that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so it's very interesting to me. I'm very interested, I should say, to see how it's going to affect the paint companies because from like D2 down, I think semi pro, a lot of those teams shot a lot, but like I'm sure with a lot of us who aren't shooting that much, it's, it's not.
Yeah. So I think you probably see this kind of typically for a lot of teams, but um, how do you guys go about paying for events, paying for paint, paying for lodging? How does that really transpire through the teams that you've played with and your experiences?
So as of right now, so I know you kind of heard me mention it um when I was talking about like being in the pro pits and stuff. We actually do trash at the NXL events. We're fortunate enough to do that, and they help us offset some of the cost. So
Mhm.
they help us with some paint and some of the entry, so that it's a little less. Um, I mean, to be honest with you, if it were just a normal team, like it would, where we don't have that help, it's just some people do it different. Like on Pandas, we have a team account that Rob puts money in every time, like he gets entry money or something like that.
Mhm.
And he kind of gives us an update every now and again, like, hey, here's how much money we have in the team account. This will help with this or that. He's very open about the finances. Some other
Mhm.
people do it differently. Most people that travel from what I know at least, um, that travel in Excel somewhat have like everything together because traveling's a lot. Like it's
Yeah.
not just a lot financially, but it's like rental car. Okay, we're all gonna fly. Are we gonna fly in at this time and so at this time? Like, do we need to coordinate that? Like, so like us, we coordinate it. So if let's say I can't take certain PTO and there's no way I'm gonna be able to get there at the time they need me, then I'll do something where it's like, hey, just put the second rental in my name. I'll grab that and then, we'll go from there. But at least so far I haven't had to do that. Like I'm driving to Ohio. Um, but like I'll just fly in when they fly in. So but if it's
Mhm.
like, a 30-minute difference, or like a 45-minute difference, like I'll land before them. That's fine, man. I'll go get some food and hang out. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, but usually that's why like a lot of teams, like I know, like Legacy Gorillas, they had a dad that took care, not Gorillas, I'm sorry, Legacy Factory. At one point, they had a dad that took care of that. Most of the parents would be like, "Hey, he's the point guy." It's like the parent association in elementary school where you have like a president and a treasurer, and
Yeah.
like it's. I mean, it kind of almost is like that. It's most team programs operate that way. Some other times when usually you're on a like I'm sure most local teams that like for example, let's say you guys, I don't know how you run it. I'll just kind of assume, even if you don't do this way, I'll just give figuratively. Like you're gonna handle all of the entry, the paint, and you're gonna select the Airbnb, and then everybody else has to figure everything else out. It's kind of how it is, right? Or it's like Rob basically handles everything, and then him and I talk if we need to figure something out. But
Mm-hmm.
most of
Yep.
it is like you have that one person so that you're not stepping over. And sometimes you do get teams where it's like you got six people trying to do six different things, and it sucks. Like we've been there too, where we get the rental, three people land in 6 hours, and we got to go back to the airport and pick them up, and like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so it's really just team dependent. We try to be as organized as we can because it's already stressful enough.
Yep.
Um, so yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. I think well what we have do like I'll handle like this for I'm gonna just take this here as an example. Everyone like basically paid up for EXL, got that paid for 'em. Then, I feel like I'm the sugar daddy of the team. Like set up the van rental because we took a van all the way down to EXL, and then paid for gas, and then I had John set up the Airbnb. He's one of the captains, and then I had Seth volunteered to take the paint bill. So
yeah,
we have a couple of guys taking some of the expenses, away from me because let's be honest, my wife doesn't like that. So that I'm always
yes.
fronting money for stuff, and it's just like
Rob's wife is the same way. Delegation's important, dude. You can't do it by yourself. Like
Right.
yeah,
delegation is very important. I
For
tell I
sure.
tell Rob that all the time because he wants to help us and help others. I'm like, dude, just like hand it
Take a step
off.
back.
Hand it
yeah.
off.
And
Like,
I definitely feel that way too. Like I wanna if I could, I would buy everybody a new marker. And we'd get a private field, whatever it takes for these guys to come out and play paintball. That's what I would do. I just don't have the finances for it, and it's
right,
unfortunate uh, because I do the world for these guys, and
right.
it just stinks. And I'm very grateful for the guys who stepped up and helped to offload some of that financial burden on me. So
Let
I
me
just
let me
I
peep you some leadership game real quick if you're okay with it.
heck
So
yeah.
you should only take everything that you have in the paintball org right now and look at all 100% of it. Okay. Take only the 10% that you can do, which I'm sure, yeah, you could delegate everything, right? But I'm just saying specific to you, find out what that 10% is that only you can do and give the other 90% away.
Yeah.
That is how you replicate yourself as a leader. Because even if you're giving the 90% away, if you're having to then train them, if there's some hiccups, that's a part of being a leader or a captain,
Mhm.
is you're taking the responsibility for that. But if I invest all the time early, if I do the work on the front end, the back end will take care of itself.
Mhm.
So 10% what you can do, 90% what you can give away, and then train them on how to do that. So then all you're having to do is set up, hey, I paid the event and paint. Guys, have a good night.
Yep.
Fair.
Deuces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just too hands-on for my own good. My wife, I had a long
I
talk with her.
100% get it, big dog.
I
I
had a
totally get it.
long talk, and I was just like, she kind
Yeah.
of gave me an ultimatum, and I was like, well, I want to continue playing paintball, so I guess it's gonna have to be this way. So.
Yep.
But no, it's. I was just curious, and I would assume other teams kind of do it similar, but in general, most teams are kind of different when it comes to the whole like, oh, how does stuff get paid? I know
Right.
sponsorships also come into play with teams that are more well known, and they probably have it easier than other teams. Um,
Like Rob fell into that for a long time where he was taking care of entry, making sure everything was taken care of. And like, even like when we did G4 travel was the spearhead for everything.
yeah,
And it got to the point where even I said something like, "What can I take from you?" Like his wife was getting on him. So at the end of one of our seasons, I can't remember which year, he sent a massive text and was like, "Hey guys, I'm a part of 20 chats. I get tons of messages today. I do everything for everybody, and I don't really get a lot in return." And it's not that he does it for that, but
yeah,
it's training him. And he
mhm,
said, "I'm leaving the chat. I'll see you guys next season. I'm going to take away some time with my wife." And he left all the chats. And so like the thing is like when you hold all that on your shoulders, in this case being you unintentionally get to a place of burnout that you sometimes get to a place where you can't come back from, being a marriage.
yeah,
What happens when now that marriage isn't healthy anymore? And maybe the real bad thing happens. That's a
Right.
point of no return.
yep,
Right.
Now I have to worry because I was so invested in this that I couldn't pull my head out of my rear end to focus on that.
yeah,
Right. So really, like to me, that's a part of the game. Is
yep,
like it's the juggling, wearing different hats. But I'm also a very big proponent of like family is always first.
oh yeah,
So like, yes, there is a sacrifice. I know that's kind of like, the two-faced answer, family first, sacrifice, whatever. But like, if my wife's in the hospital, I'm not going to an event.
Right.
yeah,
You guys can kick rocks. My wife's something's wrong, or something happens. I'm flying out. Like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, can't be there." Like, but it also in your case, like giving things away. I was doing so much. Like, I was at one point in time, I was like, I co-founded a gaming ministry on Twitch. I was doing church stuff. I was a part of a RP community. I was working 3 jobs. Like I was just piling. Towards the end, I started getting panic attacks, like
yeah,
losing my vision, like weird numbness on my body
Mhm.
because I was just doing too much.
Right.
And
yeah,
and this is for anybody local. Like if you were to stop right now, take a thought. If you were to stop doing what you did right now with the team fail, if the answer is yes, then you're not doing a good job as a leader
mhm,
by replicating yourself in a way that the team doesn't just rest on you because you gotta, dude, you do this to have fun too, and it's unfair to you. Not this, I didn't mean this to be a lecture,
yeah. No, this
No, you're
is
good.
good,
You're
good
good.
stuff.
but it's unfair to you to play a sport that you love that you can't even play because you're so in the minutia of all the finances
Yeah,
and making the wheels turn. Like, bro, it doesn't have to stop with if you have to be the finance guy, then just be the finance guy and then go
mhm,
play paintball. Like, who cares? Like,
mhm,
if they love you, they'll stay. Especially you give them some responsibility. Maybe they'll be at practice more because they know what they're spending. And
Mhm.
now that you're flying 1,000 miles and you're spending tons of money every weekend, all of a sudden this becomes a little more serious than it did when I was living here. Like,
Yeah.
those are the things that like kind of separate it. So like, yeah, man, you got to be intentional on those things. You will always celebrate what you tolerate. And if you
Yep.
continue to tolerate just you doing everything, everybody's just going to kind of let you do it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't like to say this because it's not exactly entirely true, but when we paid up for EXL, it's like, hey, if you pay up and for some reason don't have enough bodies, you're not getting your money back. There's no point of return with this buying this because we're not getting a refund.
Right.
To an extent, it bought some loyalty. It's like, hey,
Yes.
like you fronted this money, you follow through on it. And when
Yeah.
people typically spend money, they're gonna follow through on it. And
Hmm.
so, like I said, I don't like to say that, but that's the
It's
harsh
true.
reality of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
You got any for us?
Um, what is your guys' goal with the team?
Go ahead, Keegan.
I want to take this as far as I could possibly take it. I
Hmm.
don't know if that means Division Two, Division semi-pro, pro. I don't know where this is gonna take us.
Yeah.
I just want to do it for the love of the game. If I'm going to continue loving the game, I'm going to do it for as long as I can. Um, with that being said, with the podcast and like our social media, I'd love to get into like um the paintball industry and like really start building those connections and utilizing people to grow the sport.
Yeah.
Because it will take a village to build the sport, and I'd like to start. Randy's talked about this. He wants to start a soft goods company for paintball, making the basic gear for guys that's not expensive, but it's the top quality.
Right.
Um, Doing stuff like that, and we're trying like that's what I'd like to do is just make JF like it doesn't have to be just a team, but it's the motto, just fucking play,
Yeah.
and just have that be like the main motto of our if we have a clothing line or apparel like gear like JFP, just fucking play, just fucking play gear. I know I keep saying
Yeah.
profanity words, but that's what it
It doesn't bother me. You're
means.
good, man.
Yeah, so if people want to say just freaking play, that's same thing, but it's just like
You can say it, big dog. It's not a big deal. It doesn't
but
affect me like that. Be yourself. I'm not
but
gonna
yeah,
say it. When you ask me at the end of this podcast, I'm not gonna say it. I'll say freaking. But you can say it as much as you want. It's up to you. All right.
no, I gotcha. It's just, but like I said, like that, I kind of want to elaborate more on what you said. Is that you know you're a family first guy, and we'd like to pride ourselves on us being family and life first because we aren't getting paid to do this. All of our paintball guys aren't getting paid to do this, and so if you got crap going on in your life, I and the rest of the team understand. And we're not gonna hold you at fault for if you have to miss a practice, miss an event, or whatever the case may be. It's just we got each other's back, and we're gonna make family and life a priority over paintball. Because yeah, we're not getting paid, and if we gotta work to pay the bills, and that's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
For sure. I agree with Keegan. I want to go as far as possible with this. I think for Keegan, it's a little bit different because he's the coach. Me as a player, like I always want to make sure that I'm performing at the best of my ability. I'm not always going to perform at 100% at every event, every practice, every time I'm out there, but I'm going to try my best to. Um,
Yeah.
so I would like to not only do that, but also help other people on the team um, progress as well as individual players, and then also working together better as a team. Because it's a team sport, man. You're not gonna become a pro just because you can win a couple points. Like you're not gonna win an event by yourself. You're gonna win
Yeah.
as a team. So
Yeah.
for me, with this team, it would be to just progress and get better individually and as a team
Hmm.
for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, and I don't know what your guys' structure is. I mean, honestly, like, that's where I like to talk about where the rubber meets the road because kind of every team wants that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But what's the difference? You guys want it? I mean, every other team wants it, right? I'm not talking money. I'm not talking money here. This is more of a practicality
Yeah.
where
Okay.
it's like, wh- okay, so what are you doing to achieve that? Like for me, whenever I go in to play with somebody, I usually have a few things that I always live by as like my objectives. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to be about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Commitment and really like character. You heard me kind of say it. If I say I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there,
Yeah.
and you're going to have a 100% of me. I almost left. I was playing for Jesse Mathaslo. I can't. I butchered her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it was a SPL team. I throw together a team. They got in a fight on the field, and I almost left. I was like, "You guys are wasting my time."
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
So it's like, if we're gonna be there, like it's a character thing. We're gonna be professional. People are
Mhm.
gonna cheat us. We're gonna get irritated. That's fine. But we're going to talk about it. We're not gonna be immature. Our egos aren't gonna be through the roof. Like everyone has
Yeah.
a chips at some point, but it's like, are we calm? Are we gonna be about it? And and are we gonna be committed? And
Yeah.
really, that's what you guys are getting with me. I said I would be there. I was on time. I like to me, it's what embodies a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's being intentional with those things. So I would say what for you guys like really be thinking about like, okay, so how do we sustain this if I were to leave right now? If I embodied a culture into this team, what would that mean? It doesn't have to be a step process,
Mhm.
but just to like, man, what do we live by? It's
Yeah.
not just it's not just play the game, but it's like, man, when we show up, everyone knows that we're going to be honest and we don't cheat.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
At least in practice. At tournaments, I saw them rub it off, whatever. Um, when we do when I say I'm going to be there at when I play on this team, they know I'm going to be there because I've committed to that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when I say I'm gonna practice 4 times this month, I'm gonna be about it. I'm gonna show
Mhm.
up. I'm gonna commit.
For sure.
And like that's when I say, well, what separates them? Money is not it. Money
Mhm.
can come to the point
Yeah.
where it gets there, but it has to start with a base foundation of, well, what is JFP?
Mhm.
So that's out of the realm of like most of what we talked about. And I know this is like a whole different tangent and we're so far in a different direction here. Even if this doesn't make it in the pod, but just for you guys, for me
Oh,
to
it
give
is.
to you, uh, it's like it's from when my dad started the team. He had a plan, and
Yeah.
this is the things we were going to do.
Yeah.
And though it fell short because life fell short as it does, those qualities to this day still every time I go on, yes, I will play this season with you. Oh, what? You want me to play this event with you? Let me talk to my guys first.
Yeah.
Make sure they're good with it.
Right. You
Like
have a
it just
commitment.
correct. So be thinking about that. That's very
Right.
important when you're starting a team because you're in a way you're trying to sell that to the guys that want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like what makes you want to be a part of that? And a lot of times like I'm a big fan of like if you show me who you hang out with, I can normally tell how you are,
Yeah.
right? But I've always been somebody, and not all the time, but I'm normally the guy who I'm always with dudes that are like 10, 20 years older than I am,
Mhm.
have the life experience because I want to do the hard thing,
Yeah.
which is not always easy, but you grow the most.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's put me in some really bad situations throughout my life. But dude, like I am who I am because of that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and it's just you know, part of being refined is like the heat. It's like I've always said I will never be too hot for the kitchen. Like I gotta be hot enough, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I haven't been. I've had to like, peace. You guys have a good one.
Yeah.
That was when I got out of ministry because of the role I was doing. I didn't do well. I had no interest. I was like,
Yeah.
Right.
I can't do this, guys. I'm
Gotta do
sorry.
what you gotta do.
Yep. So, but yeah,
I don't want to try to defend myself, but when I was saying money, and it's just like
here we
you're
go.
you're right.
That was-
You're right. It's being about it, showing up when you say you're gonna show up, and if you're gonna walk, if you're gonna talk, you better walk.
Mhm,
And being that, but at the same time, it's kind of like what you see with Paintball Fit. They shot over 100 cases of paint for a single practice, and it's just
mhm,
like, well, I'm not gonna say it for every team, but some teams they practice a lot and spend a lot of money on
mhm.
paintball to get better. Some people do it differently. They don't necessarily spend the money. So that's why I'm like, sometimes it's money, sometimes it's not. But I think
I do agree with you.
regardless,
This
re-
is legit.
Yeah.
yeah,
That is legit.
yeah,
Not to
and
cast you aside on that. I was really more,
yeah, no, and I appreciate you being like upfront about it. Like it's just like because there are some people who talk big game and they're like, yeah, I want to be like I want to be D3 by the end of this year. Or it's just like, dude, show up.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
just
will
No,
just
go ahead.
I will say I pride our team on the fact that we haven't been a team for a whole long period of time, but we have really like became a family. Like we're all really good friends. Like we hop in a
yeah.
van to travel for 10.5 hours to a tournament, and we are having the time of our lives the entire time, the entire 10
Yeah.
hours.
That's great, dude.
Like it's
Like,
awesome. That is one thing I pride this team on is the fact that we are all such good friends and we are all like we're literally family. I mean, we talk outside of paintball, we play games together. Sometimes Keegan will set up an event for us to just go out and go to uh
Dave and
Dave and
Buster's.
Buster's, like
right on.
just stuff like that. Like it's become more than just a paintball team.
Yeah.
And that's the secret sauce, right?
Mhm.
Like, we're family. We're having a good time at events. Yes, like all the talk of procedures and event costs and
Hmm.
managing all that, like really that's why we do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we're hanging with our friends, you know, the ceiling fell out on the couch over me and now the Airbnb guys haven't, like those things are happening. Like it and like where else would you have a freaking story like that? Like, bro, so just funny kind of like so Blackout at Dover had an Airbnb
Yeah.
that the first night all the drains fed back.
Oh.
And it was nothing but condoms and toilet wipes. And
Oh.
they couldn't use the bathroom, take a shower, nothing. Kinda I would say, like, the pit manager, his name's Tommy,
Oh
awesome guy.
my god.
He stayed at the air pretty much all night and most of the day at the Airbnb so that the plumbers could come in and snake the lines. But
Oh my God.
where where else would you have stories like that?
Right.
Like, that's why you go. Like, Blackout is just they had bed bugs one event. They had, like, their power went out in an Airbnb one event. Like, dude, like but that's really why we do it, man. It's just like it's being with the boys. There's just
100%,
something
yeah.
about it, and, like, it just you know, I know I got serious within that. You gotta but, yeah, really, like, that's the outcome
No,
is
yeah,
we're just hanging out
100%.
having a good time,
That's
Yeah.
literally exactly what it is, and it's a totally different, like, friend niche thing where,
Yeah.
a lot of your friends that you've known most of your life, you grew up with, maybe you went to school with or went to church with them or something like that. These guys in your paintball team, you went out doing something that you enjoyed, met these random guys, and all of a sudden now you're traveling 10.5 hours to an event.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
that's awesome. It's a totally different type of friend than
Yep.
just oh, we grew up together. We kind of just had the same interests, or oh, we played football together back in high school, yada yada. No, you just met these random guys on a random fucking Sunday, and now we're
Yes.
best friends traveling to Kansas.
Yep. It's crazy how that works, dude. I mean, yeah, the kids bought a dildo for Dover, and they were freaking throwing it around in like the van, and like they were playing like they were throwing it like a football. Like all these people are watching it. So at the end, they stuck it to the van and
Oh
left it. They're
no.
like, "Oh, someone's gonna steal it." Someone stole the dildo from Dover, and I was like, "That's where that thing needed to stay."
Bro,
Oh, that's
who would steal
hilarious.
that, bro? Who?
It was all dude, it was well, like, again, like, you wouldn't go to any random event
Mhm.
and that happened, like, yeah, is it probably a little inappropriate? Yes,
It's
okay,
funny.
but it I mean, we were at the event and they're like, one of the kids was like, "Everyone has to touch the dildo before we go out," and, like, a couple of us were like, Dude, I ain't touching that thing, like, get it
I
away
ain't
from
gay.
me." So he touched everybody with it. We lost the first match. Next match, no one touched it. They stuck it in the pod cooler, so every time you open it up, the dildo flops out. And like with nobody touching it, it was like we basically won out. The rest of our match was like, no one's touching it again. Don't touch that thing. It's
It's a bad luck
so
dildo.
right, yeah. So, but yeah, man, it's good. I'm excited for this season. I mean, we're kind of in the middle of it or starting to get to the middle of it, but really for me with this last MVPS, it's kind of like I like for farewell to Florida.
Mhm.
Because after this, I'll be well. It kind of depends on what we place, but either way, I'm like 200 points away from D2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'll rank out. I can't play with the same guys again unless I take a super long break and my points come down. So after that, it's really no more MVPS for me. So that alleviates a couple of more weekends this year. So I really want to get out to Annandale and like not just be a face that's there every now and again, but somebody who's there on a common basis
Mhm.
Yeah.
that like, it's weird for me because I'm kind of the guy that's like, um, for a long time, I was the dude that was always there, and if people showed up, they knew that I would be at the field.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Keller will be at the field. Now it's like he might be there. And that's like it's a little weird for me, but I'm like, it's accepting the reality. So I'm excited, like even just like the birds, you guys, like I'm excited for the doors that are opening and the opportunities that are presenting themselves. And I
Mhm.
really want to embrace them and like, man, I want to see you guys get better. Like I notice like the various levels that you guys have on your team and some like you have that kid that's on your team, like you're putting him in the bunker instead of starting at start box, like that's perfect. Like that's
Mhm.
him getting to a place where he's understanding. But then on the other end of it, like some of your more experienced guys, you're putting them in positions to where they can grow and be in more of an experienced place.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
how long have you guys been a team?
A year and a
2, 3
half.
years. Well,
We started the team up 2 years ago at the end of the season.
Okay.
So
So,
we've
okay,
only done
you've
one
been a
full
team for
season
a
together.
season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a season. We'll just say you guys have been like so yeah, man, I intend on investing some just time like as much as I possibly can to really just man, just let's grow together.
Mhm.
yeah.
Let's like I don't have all the answers, nor do I ever want all the answers. I want to collaborate. I'm a collaborator.
Sure.
So, you know, I'll see you guys out there when I can, pretty soon, hopefully.
It'd be
Heck
awesome to see
Maybe.
yeah.
you out there, man. Just gotta check his
Uh,
calendar.
yeah. It will definitely be in July sometime. Because- yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
it'd be great to
yeah,
see you
man.
out there, man.
Yeah. Any more questions for me?
I just want to thank you for jumping on and spending
2 hours?
2, 3 hours with us, man.
Yeah.
It's it's been a breath of fresh air.
Mhm.
Like I said, like we said earlier, like there's nothing wrong with giving short answers, but it's different when somebody comes on and breaks down what they're really truly talking about and elaborates more. And it's a blessing to have you on. And thank you for what you do for the community, for the Warbirds, and then doing what you do down in Florida. We definitely appreciate you, and thank you again for jumping on and spending time with us.
Yeah, man. Thank you a lot. It was an amazing pleasure to talk to you tonight. And I mean, like Kiki said, 2.5 hours of recording right now, dude. That's a lot of time to spend to just talk to two guys. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank
I,
you.
man, it's an honor and a privilege, guys. Like, if you ever invite me back on, the answer will be yes. So
For sure.
if there's ever a future, I'd love to be here. And yeah, it's been a great night. Thanks for letting me talk your ears off.
Of course.
Yeah, no, loved it.
And then we just have one last question for you.
Yeah.
Before you walk out onto the field, what's the most important thing to remember?
Just freaking play, baby.
That's right, baby.